Canada is leading country at UN and criticized China's genocide and the crime against the humanity. As you exactly stated in your book, China's message to Canada is very clear. They believe America is falling and America is the past and China is the future and the Chinese going to replace the US hegemonic status. So Canada had better complying with China's political agenda, which is one China policy. And that's mean East Turkestan, Taiwan, and Tibet is a part of China. Also, these agendas including its military expansion in East and the South China Seas. And you may have read recent U.S. National Defense Strategy too. This strategy also stated that U.S. not going to involve other countries' internal affairs. And that is, I think, exactly what China wants and echoes one of the China's 5 principles, because China always insists that East Turkestan, Tibet, and Taiwan is China's internal issues, even though in this national strategy, U.S. Put Taiwan as exceptional, as Taiwan is directly impact U.S. benefit, but they did not mention East Turkestan and the Tibet issues. I am worrying that this may put a lot of pressure on Canada to criticize China's genocide and crime against humanity. And I want to ask you, how could or should Canada state itself in a geopolitical environment where major powers increasingly reject intervention when the things not directly or immediately threaten their benefit, even when grave human rights violations are at stake?
And this disturbs me a lot. I think in terms of Canadian interests, of course, it's in the interests of Canada that there should be respect for human rights. And, if we don't maintain international law, including international human rights law, then our own sovereignty could be under threat from strong powers wanting to assume control over our territory. I mean, already we know from the Trump administration that they want Canada to become the 51st state and then to have a continuous sovereignty right up through Denmark's Greenland. And so it's important, I think, for us to try and maintain the integrity of the post-World War II international institutions in Canada's interests, and that also suggests that we should be defending the clear human rights that should be extended to people living in the Uyghur-controlled areas, particularly the Uyghurs themselves.